Good evening, YouTube. This is Sheila, Mama Payway in the kitchen on a Sunday. Guys, I am going to prepare a wonderful recipe for you guys today. And we're going to get right into this video, guys. Over here, I have what they call French green beans. And this is a really quick recipe for you guys to prepare for your family in the kitchen. First, guys, we are going to add some olive oil into our pan. And then we are going to add some butter into our pan. Guys, this is real butter. You do not want to cook this recipe with margarine or any other kind of butter, but that real butter. It's a little bit more expensive, guys, but this is what we're going to use. We are going to let our butter and our olive oil get good and hot, and then we are going to add our French green beans to the pan. So let's just move our butter around a little bit, guys. And then we are going to take and we are going to add our French green beans into the pan with our butter. So we're going to add our French green beans into our pan. And for this recipe, guys, we are going to just use our butter and our olive oil, and we're going to use some nice onion in this recipe, guys. We are not going to add any meat to this recipe. So while our pan is getting good and hot, we're going to mix our season up. As you can see, I mix all my little season up that I am going to use for today. We're going to add up some onions in this recipe, guys. And we are going to add up some spring onions in this recipe also. Then we are going to take our season like this, guys. Just add us a little season around on the recipe. And then we are going to add us some nice crushed peppers. Red crushed peppers in this recipe, guys. And then we're going to mix it up a little bit, guys. And we are going to take our top and put it on this recipe, and we are going to cut our heat down to medium heat or low heat. It depends on how fast you want to cook this recipe. We're going to put our top on it, and we're going to cut our heat down to low for about 20 minutes. And we are going to keep stirring this recipe, guys. We're going to stir our French green beans over. But we're going to cook this recipe with this top on it. And this is a wonderful recipe to go with steaks or chicken or pork chops, or whatever that you desire to go with your recipe. Now, I added the butter for flavor. And I got my green beans cooking up in this recipe, guys, as you can see. And you can see the nice crushed peppers on your French green beans. Now, it's a difference between your French green beans than the original green beans. I like to eat these French green beans with like a steak or a gravy or something like that. And I even like to cook these over the stove and put them in my salad sometimes. So guys, we're just gonna cook this up, and then we are going to figure out what sides we are gonna have with this recipe. Because we gotta cook some meat, and I might even cook some kind of bread to go with this recipe. So we're just gonna let our green beans cook up, and then we're gonna see how they come out, guys. All right, guys, our green beans is French green beans is cooking up. So this is our cornmeal, guys. So we're gonna get right into this recipe. You're gonna add some flour into your cornmeal for your hot water cornbread. Then you are gonna add some sugar into your recipe. And we are going to add some spring green onions or green onions, whatever you call them, guys, into this recipe. And then we are going to take some hot water, guys, and we are going to mix well, okay? Because we are going to make us some hot water cornbread to go with these French green beans, guys. And we are going to use some oil to cook our hot water cornbread. Mix well, guys, okay? With hot water cornbread, guys, all you need is a teaspoon of sugar, and you need maybe a tablespoon of flour. And then you add hot water. That's all goes into this recipe, guys, okay? So what we are gonna do is we're gonna form this. You want it thick, though. You want this cornmeal to be kind of thick, okay? So now that our green beans been cooking, we are gonna move these green beans to the back, guys. And we are going to cook our hot water cornbread in a skillet like this, guys. And we are gonna put some oil in this pan, guys. You need about that much of oil, guys. I don't like to cook with a lot of oil. I love the olive oil, but I don't like to cook with a lot of oil, guys. So we are going to cook this recipe up. But I wanted you to see how your cornmeal should look, guys. Thick, and make sure you mix well. So now we are going to let that grease get hot, and then we are going to make a couple patties, guys, okay? Okay, now we want to make our cornbread like a pancake. You want to make it like a pancake, guys. And you want to make it, so what I do is, sometimes I just take my hand and make it like a pancake. But I want it a little bigger than this, so I'm going to add a little bit more. And then we are going to put this in the grease and we are going to cook this hot water cornbread up, guys. Now, as you can see, that grease is not hot enough, guys. So, we are going to turn it up and we are going to make another patty, guys. So, but I mean, if you put your hot water cornbread in the grease and it's not hot enough, you could let it cook up till it get hot, but you know, we'll make another one, guys. So in the kitchen, we just got to keep trying till we get our recipe right. But this hot water cornbread should turn out great. So we're going to let that cornmeal just cook up, guys, and see how this recipe come out. Okay, guys, so we're going to turn this over. Okay. See how our recipe come out. Now, sometimes, guys, when you prepare hot water cornbread, as you can see, they might break apart a little bit, but that's okay. Now, sometimes my hot water cornbread come out just perfect. I mean, just perfect, guys. But like I said, just keep trying to make that hot water cornbread, guys. Sometimes it's a perfect recipe for you. You know, in the kitchen, we just cook, guys. So as you can see, our hot water cornbread is cooking up really good. And this is what we're going to eat with them green beans, guys. And we're going to check it out and see how this meal come out, guys, in a few minutes. Hang with me.